everyone, welcome back to Trees and Turtles. My name's Imogen. In today's video, I'm sharing how to actually start going to bed early so you can get up early. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that, give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, and let's get started. Okay, so there's a lot of talk in the productivity community about getting up early, and this is a very valid point because getting up early is one of the biggest hacks that you can actually do to give yourself more time. But I feel like we don't talk enough about the other side of it, which is going to bed early, because the important thing in getting up early is that you actually get enough sleep, and this necessitates an early bedtime, okay? Depending on what your definition of early is, like it could be anywhere from like a 5 a.m. morning to a 9 a.m. morning. Any of those could be like early bed, like genuinely, your definition of early is early, okay? But it has to have an early bedtime to go along with it. So, without further ado, here is how to actually go to bed early so you can get up early. Number one, remind yourself of the value of going to bed early and why you're doing it, okay? So you need to find a why. Like, I say this with every single goal, but it is so true. Like, if you're just going to bed early for no reason, then you're just going to feel like you're a kid who got grounded, and you're going to be pissed off, and you're going to be pissed off at yourself because you're the only one calling the shots here, okay? So don't do that. Find a reason why you actually want to get up, okay? Are you trying to work out more? Is there a book you want to read? Are you working on something, like a personal project? Are you maybe doing some art? Do you like to, I don't know, are you taking the dogs for a walk? Are you just writing something really important? Okay, so all of these things can be really good motivators. You want to have more time for your hobbies. You want to talk to your friends in a different time zone, okay? All of these could be really good motivators. And remind yourself that the aspect of like going to bed early is important because you feel better when you sleep enough, and that sleep is an investment not only in your productivity but also in your health, okay? Health is so important, and you can't be properly productive unless you're like in a decent state of health. Now, it is really like, I really notice it when I'm sick, and also, you know, I have anxiety, a chronic anxiety, and I notice that, like, in the management of that condition, like, there are some impacts on my productivity, and also when I'm sick, like, I'm less productive. So being healthy is really important, and taking care of yourself is really important to be productive. So you will be more productive when you actually sleep properly. Remind yourself of the value of going to bed early. Number two, this is also a huge tip, and it was kind of fighting with the first one for first place, but anyway, it's number two. Do everything you want to do during the day. This sounds like a no-brainer, right? Obviously, we want to do everything during the day, but there's not enough hours in the day, right? Okay, so kind of, also yes, but also no, but also yes. So plan time for work, leisure, and personal projects. I tend to like put things in 3 categories, and I've talked about these in my other planning videos, so go check these out. But basically, it's like work, leisure, and then like rest time, okay? So rest time is like you're just like sleeping and you're, I don't know, having a bath. Like rest time is really important. Leisure is like you go for a run, you talk to your friends, okay? You're not resting as such, but it's relaxing. And then work is just like you've got a report to write, or a deadline, or an assignment, or like anything at work, right? So if you plan time, block out time for each of those. If it's not possible to fit everything in your schedule, make time for it the next day, okay? So sometimes I find that I get the not enough hours in a day feeling, but if I look at the week overall, I don't have that problem anymore, because there will be enough hours in the week, maybe not in the day, but like you can think about it on a slightly longer time scale. Does that make sense? Anyway, do everything you want to do during the day, or think about how you can fit it into your week. Set reminders. This is a no-brainer. Just set reminders, okay? If you're struggling with going to bed early because you genuinely forget, and you look up and you're like, oh my gosh, it's like 2 a.m. or it's like midnight, okay, and I was meant to be in bed at, I don't know, like 10 p.m. or 9 p.m, then set reminders. And this is only going to work if you actually follow the reminders. It goes without saying, but set reminders, follow the reminders. Let's talk a little bit about revenge bedtime procrastination. This was a concept that was, I can't remember who came up with it, but it kind of came out a few years ago. And basically, it's the idea that like work takes up a lot of your time during the day. So in an attempt to get your own time back, you did this thing called like revenge bedtime procrastination. So you procrastinate your bedtime as revenge on like your work day for taking up too much of your time, and then you'd be like super tired at work the next morning, but it would be worth it because you would like have enough time to yourself in the evening or the early hours of like the very early morning in the middle of the night. So how do we tackle this? Number one, if you can, design your workflow to suit you better. Like, genuinely, I have found lots of ways to make my workflow more efficient. If you're interested, I can drop those in another video, so let me know in the comments. But yeah, revenge bedtime procrastination it's a fancy word, a fancy phrase, but it does have like a really difficult problem at its heart. And if you're more intentional about your workflow, yeah, sometimes, okay, people work long hours. Like, if you're a doctor, a nurse, like a firefighter, you're probably going to work long hours. And I mean, honestly, like, I think this advice applies more to like office jobs. And, you know, it's not going to apply to everyone, so take it with a pinch of salt. But if you can design your workflow and move your tasks around to suit you better, then you might be able to get everything done that you want to do during the day or during the week. This next hack is kind of unpopular, but it does work, and I got to include it. Get up early so you're tired. Genuinely, when you start getting up at 5 a.m, you are going to want to be in bed like 10 p.m. at the latest, lights out. You're going to be exhausted, okay? You're going to get up at 5 a.m, and then by 1 p.m, you're going to be like, wow, it's been so long since I woke up. And then like 4 p.m, you're going to be like, oh, I need a nap. How am I going to make it to 9 p.m? Okay, so once you start getting up early, your bedtime discipline is probably going to really improve, because you're just going to be tired as hell. Also, on that point of tiring yourself out, work out during the day. So if you work out like in the mornings, in the afternoon, then you're just going to be tired later on, because you've been exercising your body and you need that rest, you need that relaxation, you need to like take some time for like restorative self-care. So get up early and work out so you're tired. Eat properly, okay? Once you are, I mean, I'm just going through the like checklist of how to self-care right now, but seriously, eat properly. Like, I didn't have much time during exams because I was doing my finals to concentrate on how I was eating, but once I finished my finals, I have been eating so much better, and I've really noticed the difference in being able to get up early and being able to go to bed on time, and just my routine feels better because I have more energy and I have more focus. Seriously, eating more healthily is a cheat code. And finally, I wanted to put in a little note about mental health, because I know that sometimes going to bed early isn't necessarily just a matter of like self-discipline, and it's not just a matter of, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, here's a fun hack, okay? Like, I am very aware that sometimes people suffer from insomnia or an inability to go to bed early because of mental health issues, and I've definitely been there. Like, I mentioned earlier that I suffer from anxiety, and sometimes, especially when I was writing my undergraduate thesis, I would just lie awake for hours, like, because I was really anxious about it, and I was thinking about, oh, I could change this methodology, or I could reword that part better, or maybe my entire research project is just terrible. Anyway, if you have like anxiety or mental health problems that are making it difficult for you to sleep, then I highly recommend that you get some like way to address that. Okay, so for me, I have like a bunch of lifestyle factors. Now, I've talked about my anxiety in another video, so if you're interested, go and search that out. But I have a bunch of lifestyle factors. For example, I try and like drink enough water, eat well, take care of myself, I journal, I meditate, I listen to music. I'm also in therapy for my anxiety. I also take medication, and I've released a video about my experience with medication, so again, if you're interested, check that out. But anyway, deal with any mental health issues making it hard for you to sleep, because I have been there, and I know that it can really fuck up your sleep schedule. So address those, okay? And I know it's easier said than done. Believe me, I have lived with this for years, so I know it's easier said than done. But any small change is, like, incremental change is good, okay? It doesn't have to be all at once. You can make small changes, and they will add up over time, because, like, I promise they will add up over time. Like, even small changes are gonna help. Okay, so that's how to actually start going to bed early so you can get up early. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that. Give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye!